The military's controversial Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy appears headed for repeal, but not without a fight. There was heated testimony at today's hearing before the Senate Armed Service Committee, and ABC 7 political reporter Mark Matthews has a wrap-up on that for us.
Republican members of the committee, including Senator John McCain, are opposed to repealing Don't Ask, Don't Tell, and they went after Defense Secretary Robert Gates and Joint Chiefs Chairman Admiral Mike Mullen. In his State of the Union address, the president said he wanted Don't Ask, Don't Tell repealed.
It's the right thing to do.
Today, Senator John McCain led the charge in opposition.
At this moment of immense hardship for our armed services, we should not be seeking to overturn the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy.
But in 2006, McCain had a different take.
But the day that the leadership of the military comes to me and says, Senator, we ought to change the policy, then I think we ought to consider seriously changing it.
Today, the highest-ranking military man in the nation said it's time.
It is my personal belief that allowing gays and lesbians to serve openly would be the right thing to do.
Secretary Gates agreed, and John McCain's reaction?
I'm deeply disappointed in your statement.
Elaine Donnelly was at today's hearing. She leads a group opposed to gays in the military.
I did not hear one argument from those in favor of homosexuals in the military that said anything about benefiting the troops, improving good order, discipline, morale, unit cohesion.
Sergeant Anthony Laverty spent 7 years in the Air Force, deploying twice to the Middle East before he came out and was subsequently discharged.
The fact is, there is no evidence to support that mission effectiveness, readiness, unit morale, cohesion, none of that's being, negatively affected.
Laverty says what's wrong with Don't Ask is that it forced him to lie to members of his own unit.
For me, not being able to be honest with them, to be asked to watch their kids, watch their house, to be very much involved in their lives and not be honest with them, that was something I had to deal with.
And eventually, Laverty decided he couldn't do it any longer. John Caldera, commander of American Legion Post 315, says Don't Ask, Don't Tell has been a flawed policy from the beginning.
Because it really did put the us versus them, or one group versus another group, and that's no way to have equality.
So right next door, at Post 40, Daryl Koskis says gays don't belong.
There are those individuals that should serve or can serve, and those that really should not be there.
It'll take a while to repeal Don't Ask, Don't Tell. The Pentagon is going to conduct a year-long study on how best to do it. Meanwhile, Secretary Gates has asked for lax enforcement of the ban.
All right. Thanks, Mark.